What is up, fellow adventure hunters? As always, it's your boy Az, and today I'm going on another solo camping trip.
Ain't no love in Oklahoma, just a whistle of a long black train. You'll know when it's coming for you, riding in on a wind and
Been hanging for this for a while. So I'm heading out to a place called Mortimer Campground. Now it's just up near Bunyip State Park, a little bit further on from Gembrook. I am going to stop in Gembrook because Gembrook is awesome, and it's actually where a famous Melbourne steam train called Puffing Billy comes to its end of its rail run. Really awesome place to check out, so gonna head up there now, but first, a healthy breakfast. Expensive petroleum! Alright guys, so I'm in a small town at the moment called Emerald, on the way to Gembrook, and then from there I'll be going on to Bunyip State Park. Just about to pick up some groceries. Bit excited for this because I'm going to be cooking some really weird stuff. Anyway, I've got all my wood in the back, cooking grill and some water. I'm hoping no one steals it, but we're in a small town and people around here tend to leave other people's shit alone.
But I recommend you don't try that in a small town.
It's not like we're in Dandenong or Frankston. So, yeah, right, I'm going to head in and get sorted out.
Got a doll baby, I love her so. Nothing else like her anywhere you go. A man, she's anything but calm. A regular pint-sized atom bomb. Atom bomb, baby, little atom bomb. I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way I want her to be. A million times hotter than TNT. Atom bomb baby, loaded with power, radioactive as a TV tower, a nuclear fission in her soul, loves with the electronic control. Atom bomb baby, little atom bomb, I want her in my wigwam. She's just the way.
I don't know why I just did that whole segment in like a Fallout style, but I just thought it was cool. So groceries collected, time to go set up camp. Alright guys, so I'm at Mortimer Campground now, just about to get set up. Did stop in Gembrook for a brief period, but decided to just push on through and set up. Kind of just want to relax, so fridge is on charge. Oh, well, when I say on charge, it's on power. I've got a 24 amp power pack running in the car because I haven't got the dual battery set up in there yet. It's not like Molly's car that's virtually fully decked out, so... Gonna do a bit of cleanup before I get set up too, because people suck. This is why we can't have nice things. Whoever left that there, fuck you. Whoever left that there, same person, fuck you. Whoever left all of that there, fuck you.
Hey! I tell you what I'm gonna give you, snakes. I'm gonna give you to the count of 10 to get your ugly, yellow, no-good keister off my property before I pump your guts full of lead.
All right, Johnny, I'm sorry. I'm going.
1, 2, 10!
This is why we get locked out of places, guys. So, like, seriously, I will clean this up. That's what the dirty gear bag's for. But honestly, don't leave your shit lying around. It's fucked. You just don't do that. Alright, so, yeah. I'll clean up, then I'll get set up. Everything you bring in, take out with you. It's just one of those things, because Parks Victoria is really cracking down on campsites at the moment, which means that, essentially, you don't clean up after yourself, you lose it. So, yeah, there's even a couple cable ties sitting here. I mean, come on, man. Alright, so camp's all set up for the night. Got the chair near enough to the fire. I'll get that going probably within the next couple of hours, just because it's a bit damp in the fire pit itself. Yeah, got everything I need to really get it kicking, so that'll be good. First order of business is I need to officially welcome y'all to the Fafo Campout, which means, if you're not familiar with the colloquialism, fuck around and find out.
Fuck around, I fuck around. Yeah, fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. I fuck around, round, 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 I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, round, round, I fuck around. Fuck around, I'm getting fucked fucking up and down this fucking street. I gotta find a fucking place where the fuckheads meet.
And believe me, people of the internet, we are about to fuck around a lot and possibly find out a lot about ourselves and the poor choices we make. Anyway, first things first, you're going to need to see what I'm getting up to. So, whoop! Alright guys, first and foremost, as we are planning to fuck around, we need this monster. Secondly, banana lollies. Yes folks, I'm going to create Banana Monster. Alright, so I got a glass, and my young fella actually gave me this to me for Father's Day, and it says best dad ever, and means a lot because he's obviously my stepkid, you know, but really good gift. I'm not much of a beer drinker, so I'm not exactly sure what size this is. I think it's called a schooner, but regardless, schooner matata. Alright, so what we need for this escapade, as I said, monster, banana lollies, this, and because I couldn't think of anything else, cheese grater. Alright, first of all, oh, that is the goat. So I'm going to pan the camera down so you can see what I'm doing. Nani lollies, all ready to go. Okay, now I want to see whether that side will work better or that side. Not entirely sure, but we'll have a crack. Yeah, this is going well. Got to make like a fine powder out of it so I can actually mix it into the drink. Oh, I forget how good Nana lollies are. Alright guys, so as you can see, we've got a significant amount of banana lolly powder there. So what I'm going to do is whack it in here. No, I'm not going to snort it, that would be weird. Anyway, tip in the monster. Oh, that looks fantastically awful. Look at the head on that. Alright. Best dad ever. More like best dumbass ever. Let's give this a good old stirry-wirry. Oh, it's got chunks in it. In the words of Craig, not Craig, Pinkies out, bottoms up. That's surprisingly good. Has a strange aftertaste. It feels, well, dare I say, artificial. Anyway, all important second sip. Little bit more powder in there, let's see. It's different, I'll give it that. Well, I think we might be onto something here. Monster Energy, feel free to reach out. I'm not sure if anyone's done this before, but Banana Monster. Something to consider.
Fuck!
Alright guys. Now that's not all the fucking around we're going to be doing. The next one may or may not involve these. Alright guys, I thought I might manage a bit longer, but in all honesty it is colder out here than I expected it to be, and definitely tonight it's going to get even colder. So what I'm going to do is get some firewood out, get a fire going, and we'll go from there.
Misunderstood. I've always let a girl dictate my feelings, yeah. Too distracted, too direct, too numb, so I neglect the things I should protect. I'm ready for what is next.
15 minutes later.
For lunch today, I've decided in my infinite wisdom to make dim sims Kilpatrick. Yeah, so like oysters Kilpatrick, but not gross. And I'm sorry if there's anyone out there that's upset by me saying that. Fucking wet wipe. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, the idea of a gross, slimy, fucking muscle-looking thing inside a shell that you slurp and it's slimy and it slides down your throat, that in order to be palatable they've added bacon, Worcestershire sauce and Tabasco to. No. Slap that shit on a dim sim though.
You had my curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Look at me, I'm cooking stuff. What do I want? I'm not old. I like to cook stuff because I can. Doobie-doobie-da, fucking cooking stuff and talking shit. Doobie-da-bee-dee, so won't you sit and cook with me? Fucking dooba-dooba-dee, fucking cooking shit. Fucking la la la, fucking I don't know.
Okay, so for this one you want to start with pre-cooked halved dim sims. Right here I'm adding the pre-chopped bacon to the pan, and I'm just going to cook it all together here. Once I was happy with the amount of cookedness of the dim sims. Cookedness? Really? Anyway, I started taking them off and putting them on a side plate, ready for the sauce component to be made up. So at this point, with the dim sims removed from the pan, I began to fry off the bacon a bit more before adding the mixture of Worcestershire sauce, Tabasco sauce, and tomato sauce. I cooked this through with the bacon for a little bit until I was satisfied with even coverage of the bacon, to then add to the dim sims for the Kilpatrick style. At this point, for some added zest, I sprinkled on a little bit of chicken salt that I had prepared earlier by putting into some Tupperware. That's what I consider prepared earlier. Just adds a little bit of zest. Thank you very much to a company, well, a fish and chip shop, I should say, that came up with the idea some time ago, and it's now become a staple of Australian cuisine. That being fish and chips, which some people would argue is British, but screw them, it's ours. I then started to get the sauce, the Kilpatrick sauce, I should say, to start to simmer a bit more and thus thicken before adding it directly to the freshly salted halved dim sims. I wanted to ensure even coverage as best I could, but when you're camping and have limited tools to use, that is not easy. That said, this was quite a fantastic feed, I'm not gonna lie. Down the hatch. Loves it. I was then lucky enough to find this really cool coffee mug.
Sweet.
I also noticed a camper on the other side. Something about him just felt off. He kept staring at me for some reason, and I cannot figure out why. Tried to keep to myself and just think nothing of it, but yeah, I don't know. When I go solo camping, I tend to just sort of chill out and not really interact with anyone. It's the best way to be perfectly honest. So I just got stuck in a few cans of, well, few too many cans of Captain Morgan, and kept the fire stoked with this neat free sword that a previous camper had left around. Still have that sword actually, because whenever I go camping, I tend to take out more than I took in the first place anyway. I might just add that the neighbour that I previously thought was potentially a bit nosy is actually cool as fuck. He's 100% not the button man. Just some lonely dude who wanted to chat, and now I feel like a massive gaping asshole. Yeah, like that side of Pornhub where few dare to tread. He had an old VT Commodore stock as a rock, and he just managed to get an aftermarket CD player he was given to work. He asked me if I was cool with him chucking on some music, and you know me, of course I am, as long as it's not fucking Chapel Roan or some shit. He likes country music, it seems. That's more than cool with me, as I'm sure you'd know. Man, sitting here by the fire, dirty handed, belly full of food and rum, and not an obligation at all besides staying alive, and staying warm. It's so peaceful,
Hello,
so
Governor.
quiet. Even former Button Man's music is barely enough to break the silence. I like this. I needed this. It's given me time to ponder things like, although I have some pretty awful days sometimes, fuck man, I look at the life I live. I can go camping at the drop of a hat, eat like an unsupervised 6-year-old was given $50 in the middle of the junk food aisle and drink like a sailor with my wife's permission. Pinch me, I must be dreaming. There was a moment when I was sitting by the fire that I thought, shit, I'm gonna run out of firewood on my first night. And then I realized, oh wait, I'm surrounded by wood, including this whimsical as fuck ginormous motherfucker of a tree that looked like something straight out of the Fellowship of the Ring. So after I'd chilled out for a bit and, as I said, had a few too many rums, it was time to start preparing dinner. This one was going to be my second ever attempt at cooking pizza over a campfire. So as you can see here, I'm preparing bacon into thin slices, which I'll then put on the pizza later on, after I've cooked them ahead of time. As you can see, I've started putting the thin slices into the pan. I'm moving them around, sort of just getting them to brown off a little bit. Tiny bit of oil, which with bacon I should say, you don't really need. But something with this pan that we take camping, everything just cooks really dry in it. So even with the amount of fatty stuff that bacon gives off, it was a good idea to chuck a little bit in there just so it didn't stick too much, because with limited food with me, I didn't really want any of this to go to waste. With the bacon well and truly simmering, now was the time to get other stuff underway. So I laid down a baking sheet and got out a piece of my souvlaki bread that you saw me purchase earlier from the IGA in Emerald. Taking me a minute to set it up. Come on, put it down already. Put it down! Everyone wants to see the bread! Alright, there it is. Fuck's sake, Aaron. Alright, so from this point, I got the sauce and a, well, not large enough spoon, because clearly I came unprepared. If you can hear doof doof and the sound of a poorly tuned MX-5, that's my neighbour getting home. Anyway, I laid out the pizza sauce on the base, and I like to spread it right out to the edge. Jeez, he needs to get his brakes done. They squeal like a motherfucker. Anyway, started laying out the sauce on the base, and then it was time to get some cheese organised. Alright, now everyone knows the best type of pizza cheese is mozzarella. Of course it is, mozzarella. So I bought just enough with me to get this pizza done. So I started putting it on. Just want to establish a little bit on the base so that everything sort of tries to stick down, and then the rest goes on top. Okay, now with the bacon cooked to my satisfaction, it was time to start laying it out on the pizza. So this is a bit of a bastardized take on a ham and pineapple. It's essentially the same thing, but with bacon. Don't sue me, I just didn't want to take too many different types of meat with me, so bacon just made sense. Right, now with that done, it's time for the pineapple chunks. Yep, get the camera angle right, Aaron. There we go. Nice big pineapple chunks. Can't go wrong. And if you think pineapple on pizza is blasphemy, grow some taste buds. Seriously. It's fantastic. It's a very simple type of pizza. It tastes very good, in my opinion. You don't have to like pineapple, but saying that it doesn't go on pizza is the most retarded fucking statement there is. Honestly, of course it goes on pizza. You're literally watching me put pineapple onto a pizza. Okay? It doesn't work on every pizza, but on this one it does. So shut your goddamn mouth. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, rant over. Let's get some more cheese on this pizza and get it over the fire. Now it's time for one of those crispy, swoopy action shots that people do of their food for some reason, because I thought this would be awesome. And there you go. It cooks super quick. It's extra crispy on the base because I should have taken it off occasionally. But I tell you what, oh, my neighbour must be leaving again. Yeah, okay. Anyway, it tasted really good. The moonlight was awesome that night, but I got to admit it got really, really stupidly cold. Ended up leaving camp because the temperature is just not fun, and the windscreen iced over as soon as I left. I could see out of it, as I was leaving camp, and then as soon as I hit the road, all ice. So yeah, I'm gonna break out the water bottle and yeah, try and get this ice off the windscreen and then make way into Gembrook and then head home. It's just too cold to stay here another night, unfortunately, but oh, I can't even feel my lips. I'm not sure if you can see the steam on my breath, but damn. Yeah, gonna head home. This is too cold for me. I know I've been camping in -4, but not on my own. And certainly not whilst running out of firewood, so yeah, another night's just not a good idea. After a short drive, I made it into Gembrook and went to the local bakery, Gembrook Bakery, where I just had to stop in and sample their pies. The one I went for was, of course, a steak and bacon, and I tell you what, it was scrumdiddlyumptious. Alright guys, so while we're in Gembrook, I thought I'd give you a good look around. I'm actually at the Gembrook end of the Puffing Billy railway line system. So basically, this is where it all ends for the Puffing Billy ride. So I'm going to go for a bit of a quick walk around. Stations there. Bit of a maintenance area over there. And down there is a few extra carriages, which is pretty cool. So we'll have a quick look around, but yeah. Over here, you have some old track changing gear and a signal post. I think that's what they're called. I don't know. I've only ever mucked around with small gauge trains like toy grade, so very cool stuff. And down here is where we're headed. Knowing me, you might be a bit worried about me getting so close to these cameras. Now, they're actually there to prevent graffiti. This is actually a known walking trail. I asked some locals, they said go for your life. So, we'll have a bit of a look up here. Pulled up and saw this trailer and thought, yeah, go up. Nah, probably better not.